September 3rd, 2019. I enjoyed the New York Magazine article much more than the podcast. And you might notice from some of these pictures, I was teaching myself some new Photoshop skills. Email to Rob Moore. He ignores me when I'm asking for something from him, though. In print, you were able to deliver much better crafted lines, such as, quote, "The zoo increasingly took on the queasy paranoiac quality of a walled kingdom run by a mad king," unquote. I'm curious about this statement, quote, "On that trip, he received a cache of documents, including Carole's diary, which had been stolen from her computer by a former employee," unquote. The reason is that the diaries that were stolen were those spiral-bound notebooks. I hadn't converted them to digital until 2011, I think, when a reporter named Lynn Waddell gave me what had been copied and given to her. Lynn only had the stuff she'd been given by people like Joe Schreibvogel and Judy Watson. I've never been able to recover all of the pages. 1993 is completely missing. Can you give me copies of what you have so that I can fill in the gaps? And then this article was posted, and I give the link to the article. American Animals. Joe Exotic bred lions, tigers, and ligers at his roadside zoo. He was a modern Barnum who found an equally extraordinary nemesis. Again, they gave me the last word, and I really appreciated that. Quote, "I think it is poetic justice," unquote, she said. Quote, "that he could potentially spend the rest of his life in a cage," unquote. She is currently lobbying to pass legislation to further tighten regulations of big cat ownership in America. In the meantime, she's working to take down other animal exploiters. She knows she will be in their crosshairs as well. Quote, "I'm happy that Joe is behind bars," unquote, she said. But, quote, "but all of the people who exploit these animals, I feel like he's just the dumbest of the lot. There are plenty of people that are a whole lot smarter than him and better funded and a lot sneakier that would be much more capable of pulling off my murder than Joe was," unquote. She is not cowed. The footer to her emails is a quote by FDR. Quote, "Judge me by the enemies I have made," unquote. Carole recently launched a new project, a virtual zoo, where people can don electronic headsets and see the view from inside the cat's enclosures with startling clarity. For the first time in human history, people will finally be able to experience the brutal, slinky grandeur of tigers and lions up close without forcing them to live in cages. She already has a prototype set up in a former retail space in the shopping mall across the street. The future, she calls it. And then this article appeared in the September 2, 2019 issue of the New York Magazine. I sent it to Craig Watson, founder of thevoid.com, in preparation for what I want of him on our upcoming Friday call, saying, "I'm looking forward to our call. I think you have the ability to transform every zoo into an arena for interactive wildcat experiences, using the models from the Jungle Book and the Lion King to create educational versions of the sort of thing you've done with Star Wars." If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.